Let's talk Arsenal. This is more like what you think now or your preference in terms of the whole striking thing. I can't remember if I've heard you say it before. Now we hear Gyokeres is leaning towards Arsenal. He favors a move to Arsenal. Of course, we know there's Manchester United.
Who wants to play for a club that's not in Europe? Did I not ask that question before?
With his former manager, Ruben Amorim, there as well as the pool. But we hear now that it's leaning towards Arsenal. And Arsenal leaning towards Benjamin Sesko. Now, you as a fan watching from afar, tell us why. Who would you pick? Are you team Benjamin Sesko or are you team Viktor Gyokeres? And if you are for any, why would you go for this and not this?
I'm actually for the two of them. Viktor Gyokeres does not have...
So if there's a chance Arsenal get the two of them, you will get the two of them?
If Arsenal get the two of them, I would be telling people that we'll win the Premier League guarantee, win an FA Cup, and probably play in the finals of the Champions League. Whether we'll win it, I don't know. That comes down to tactics. Why am I leaning to the two of them? Since when has football become so bad that every team must have only one striker? There was a time Manchester United have Cristiano Ronaldo, Dimitar Berbatov, Carlos Tevez, Wayne Rooney, and then they still have the fringe players around them. All of them are strikers. Anyhow you want to put it, all of them are strikers. Barcelona had David Villa, Thierry Henry, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, and Messi at one time. All of them are strikers. They are goal scorers. And there's still Pedro on the side and, some of those fringes that you bring in. Chelsea had Anelka, Drogba. The Torres play with them together. I'm not really sure. No. Liverpool just won the league title. They have Mo Salah, Diego Jota,
Gakpo,
Nunes, and Diaz. 5 of them. All these guys are good scorers, right? So, and Arsenal had Thierry Henry, Dennis Beckham, and the other lots that are with them. So, why does it get to this point and then we get only one striker? People say Gabriel Jesus will come back. Gabriel Jesus is a doctor. Okay, he's a doctor. His appearance in the team is like 10% of the whole. So it's not something to put expectations on. Bukayo Saka is a wide player. Martinelli Trossard a wide player. So if you can put him on it, it's not like Arsenal defense is in shambles that they need to sign big defenders overnight. You still have defenders in the youth team that could step in if they need be. And then in that midfield, if you get in Zubimendi already, you know that you can drop Kai Havertz to the midfield. You already have Merino that will come back to the midfield. The midfield is not really that porous. Only that I need one more creative midfielder and a wide player on the right. So what's the transfer budget first off? Like about 300 million or 350. If they sell all the French players that they want to sell, about 300 or 350. These two players will take 200 or less. Benjamin Sesko is about 80 million euros. That's about 65 million pounds. Gyokeres will take about 80, 85.
Yeah, still within that range.
Let's even say 100 million euros, which is about 85 million pounds. Both of them does not cost 200 million pounds. If you have those two strikers, you have someone. The problem with going for one is that if he gets injured, we're back to this Arsenal again. We're back to sending Merino to go and play attack. We're back to adjusting, which is not really good because nobody's going to be patient with Arteta beyond this season. If he doesn't win anything this season, it's going to be a La Vista, baby. Thank you for your time. Bye-bye. Now, having said that, push comes to shove and they say they want to sign one striker right now.
The skill set of
both of them have value. Gyokeres cannot head the ball to save his life, but he's got force. He can play out wide and coming into the middle. He can shoot with both foot. He can score goals. He's got a high for goals. That's why I was saying that if we're quick in the market, we should have bought Leon Delap and then added Gyokeres or Benjamin Sesko to him because Leon Delap is going to turn out to be one great striker. And what Arsenal is looking at players with sell-on value. Okay, that's why they are leaning towards Gyokeres. You see a Trent Alexander-Arnold play 20 years for Liverpool, still going to sign for Madrid. So you'd play anyway. That's the kind of thing that will happen with Bukayo Saka. Can still play 10, 15 years with Arsenal and still move on to another place, and Arsenal will make money off him depending on how they manage the contract situation. So the point here is, if you sign a Gyokeres, there's no sell-on value. That's what also I said about Osimhen, that it's getting everybody crazy. You sign a 27-year-old player. I don't care where he comes from. There is no sell-on value anymore. The first 3 years he will give to you. Maybe use the first year to adapt, then the second year to settle in and all that. Before you know it, nobody's coming to buy him again. People will still buy Erling Haaland because he's a young footballer. So that's one side of him. But then, if you sign Benjamin Sesko, it's not 100% in his complete element. So it's 50% potential, 50% ability. But Arsenal as a patient club, can go with him, and they are lucky. So the mathematics I do with either of them is that if Benjamin Sesko give Arsenal 15 goals and every other person contribute what they contributed last season, Arsenal wins the league. That's the fact. That's the barest minimum any striker that is coming to Arsenal is expected to give. You don't need to score 50 goals. Any striker that does 15 goals and every other person contribute what they contributed last season, which means that all the goals that people were missing, just score 15 of them. Yeah. And Arsenal are champions. Let everybody do what they do, because 2 seasons straight now, Arsenal have been defensively the best team in the Premier League. If not, Raya will not win best goalkeeper twice. Raya is not in the level of Thibaut Courtois, it's not in the level of Donnarumma, but that's how good, he's been in the Premier League. Also, how poor the Premier League is. So if you get that guy in and he scores 15, good. If you not get the Gyokeres who have the potential to score 25 goals, not everybody who comes from Portugal turns out great in the Premier League anyway. I know that Ballack didn't come from the Premier League. No. Deco, that's what I wanted to say. He didn't come from the Premier League. He came from Barcelona. Cristiano Ronaldo came in and destroyed everybody. But most times, strikers that come from Portugal does not really find their feet easily. But with the kind of numbers that he's done, it's hard to argue against him. He comes in again and he scored 25 goals. Arsenal Premier League champions. I don't care what anybody say. 25 goals add to what Arsenal already have in their Arsenal to be Premier League champions. But for the long term, Benjamin Sesko is your solution. For quick fees like what Diego Costa became for Chelsea, you go with Gyokeres, and then after 2 or 3 seasons, you're looking for another striker again that will be available at the time. But for me, my own solution to this conversation, let me be greedy a bit, do everything to go and sign the 2 of them.
All right, thank you very much. Those were the thoughts of the Elevator One. Till we come away again next time. Bye bye.
You are listening to Elevator TV Radio.